the Rams. Man, this one, they had this one. They had this one. Only the 8th time in the Sean McVay era where they did not score an offensive touchdown. I think it's only the 2nd time with Stafford there. They just couldn't get it done. They couldn't come up with and it's just, it was all over the place where sometimes the line couldn't stop anybody. Yeah. Another time, snap goes over Stafford's head. Sometimes you tip the cap to the Dolphins defense, like the first play of the game to Kyren Williams for a loss of 10.
Right.
It was always one of those plays that would just blow the drive up.
But even that first play of the game was a little too cute. Just hand it off.
I don't know. Again, I understand you could always say that's too cute here, too cute there, but I mean, if you don't go in Sean McVay, we trust. You got to. I mean, at this point in time, in this day and age, I mean, listen.
Also, and then kicking the field goals early, like to put yourself down 8. You're banking on the less than 5% chance of an onside kick. Just score a touchdown.
No, I thought there was another one.
Show some guts.
I know there was one more down. There was 38 seconds to go. You know, there was one more down to try to get in the end zone. But also, I don't know. It just wasn't their night. There was another moment where Stafford could have flipped one to Kyren Williams for a score, and he went to the back end of the end zone. He wasn't seeing it. It just seemed to be off. Literally from the very first second. And again, that would have been a big one because they would have been 5-4, tied with the 40. They would have been in second place above the 49ers. Yeah. Okay. And 1/2 game behind Arizona, who, let's not forget, boat raced the Rams when they had everybody on injured reserve at once back in week 2. And that would have been a nice one for them to put themselves in position in the back half of the season to win this division, which they still can do. I mean, they're only a game and a half behind the Cardinals, who are on a bye. They go to New England, which isn't anybody's homecoming anymore, I don't think. And then they're home for Philadelphia on a Sunday night, visiting New Orleans. That game against Buffalo will be an interesting one. Certainly, I'm sure there'll be a lot of. If Bills Mafia made things tough up in Seattle, where Geno Smith was complaining about it, feeling like the 12th man was wearing a buffalo on the side of their helmet. I mean, that won't be a good one in Los Angeles. They got to really show up and see whose house it is. At San Francisco, there's some winnable games up there. That's all I'm saying. And
oh yeah, for sure.
There's some winnable games up there. The Rams absolutely have a chance to make the playoffs. The best part about last night, as well, is it's the type of loss, or the category of loss, out of conference.
Right.
Don't want to do it in conference. Don't want to do it in division. Certainly don't want to do it in division at home. But it's the type of loss that will leave a mark. It's just like, damn it, we could have had it. We had it. We should have had it. We made too many mistakes. They just made way too mistake-prone to win a football game against a team that showed up and played their best football all year long. That's a big one for Miami, who are 3-6. And I'll tell you what, man. 3-6 ain't the end of it when you got a 4-6 team in Cincinnati that's looking at the rest of this conference that's got a 5-5 team sitting in the 7th spot. And the Miami Dolphins, after that nice flight home, they are home twice. Vegas and New England. And we're looking at 5-6 maybe if they do that. And then that would make for a huge Thanksgiving night game in Green Bay. Before the Jets come in, they're at Houston, home for San Francisco, at Cleveland. On a Sunday night that I think you could flex that out right now in Week 17. And then they finish up at the Jets. There's some winnable games for the Dolphins, too. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku Channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.